Hello students, I am Dr. Sangeeta Singh from JDV Government Girls College Kota. I am going to teach you General English for BSc Part 1. Hello students, welcome to another video. This video is going to share with you the concluding part of Baron-Pommick's ailment and the introduction part of the next chapter, drought. In our last video, we had seen that Barin tries to put back the stolen clock into Pullak's luggage, but he could not do this because at the same moment Pullak enters the scene. Now, as I have given you the PDF of the text, I will not be teaching the chapter slide by slide, but instead I will explain page by page. So if you have got the book by now, please open the page number 50 of the book. If you don't have the book, please look at the page 50 of the PDF which I have shared with you recently in our WhatsApp group. Please open the page number 50. Now I shall start the summarized explained notes about page number 50. Remember, these are explanations and not the text. So, Baron-Pommick's ailment, page number 50. In this first half of this page, number 50, we see that Baron wants to get back the peace of mind and to get rid of his malady. So he instantly returns back the stolen clock to Pullak, who is so much stunned by all this that he is almost turned into a statue. Baron now confesses the theft and reveals how he stole the clock in Pullak's absence. Pullak's face is changed because of the expressions of anger. Baron now explains how he was suffering from an illness. He tells that it was a mental sickness, an urge to steal the things around. Pullak was astonished to listen all this. Everything was so unexpected that Pullak could not say anything except thanks. It was unbelievable to get the clock back in the same scenario of the train compartment. So here our page number 50 is complete with notes. Now notes about the last part of the story, that's page number 51. As soon as Baron returned the clock, he felt so much relieved that he started singing in the bathroom, and he felt that the melody in his voice has been restored. Here the scene changes after the first 4 lines. Baron calls up N.C. Bhomik in the finance ministry in Delhi and finds out that Pullak was also suffering from the same mental sickness which once he himself had been a victim of, kleptomania. He is shocked to know that Pullak had stolen from his suitcase some valuable goods like a wallet full of notes, a pair of binoculars, a whole carton of cigarettes. Now, Baron will never forget this word, kleptomania, which he earlier was trying to recollect. This is the end of the story. From the book or the PDF, you can have a look at the summary and glossary along with some exercises. Here we end this chapter and will begin with the new one in this very video. Today we are also beginning a new chapter named Drought. The famous writer of this story is Sharatchand Chatterjee. I have provided its PDF in our study groups. Some of you might have also got the book by now. I'll brief the notes page by page. Let's begin with the first page, that's page number 85. First we shall have the introduction of the writer. Introduction to the writer. Sharat Chand Chatterjee was born in a very poor family in 1876. He went to Burma in 1903. His first published story was Mandir. Most of his writings depict rural Bengal society of late 19th and early 20th century. Let's begin the story now with page number 85-86. Notes for page number 85 and 86. In a small village called Kashipur, there lived Gafur, a poor weaver, with his daughter Amina. The village priest Tarak Ratna scolds him for not taking care of the bullock Mahesh. The poor weaver, Gafur, did not have resources to feed it. He could neither let it loose to graze itself because it might enter into someone's field and harm their straw or paddy. Notes page number 87. Gafur tells Tarak Ratna why he didn't get his share of straw this year. He describes his pitiable condition regarding his tattered hut and the bullock's hunger. The bullock Mahesh was not given anything to eat. Gafur implores Tarak Ratna to lend some hay so that Mahesh could be fed for a day or two, but Tarak Ratna refuses. Notes page number 88. Gafur goes near the bull and talks to it affectionately, patting its neck and back. He then takes out some old discolored straw from his hut and offers Mahesh to eat it. Gafur's daughter Amina has been noticing all this, hence she grudges that the wall will crumble without the straw. Gafur remains silent at this. Notes page number 89. Amina offers rice to Gafur. His bull Mahesh has not returned since the day before. Amina tells him that Manik Ghosh has sent Mahesh to Policepen because it had entered his garden. Page number 89 is continued here. She informs Gafur that the police will sell it to cattle market after 3 days. Gafur borrows 1 rupee from the money lender Banshi, pays ransom money for the bull, and now Mahesh is once again at Gafur's hut. Notes page number 90. An elderly Mohammedan comes to buy Gafur's bullock with 2 persons. As soon as they are ready to take Mahesh away from Gafur, he suddenly stops them from doing so and returns all their money. He doesn't let Mahesh go with them. Gafur asks some rice water from the neighbors and feeds Mahesh. Page number 90 continued. In this scene, the narrator is describing the severe condition of the drought. It is the month of June and scorching heat is prevailing everywhere. There can be no sign of the soft clouds in the sky. Page number 90 is continued. Gafur goes in search of work for himself as a laborer, but he cannot find any. He returns home tired, thirsty, and hungry. He asks his daughter for food, but she remains silent at his demand. Now, notes about page number 91. When Amina answers that there is no rice to cook, Gafur is very angry at this response. He asks for water, but there is no water in the hut either. In his rage, he scolds, abuses, and slaps his daughter Amina, who, without saying anything, leaves for arranging some water. Page number 91 is continued. We see Gafur in remorse after this, We see Ghafoor in remorse after his ill treatment to the motherless daughter Amina. Due to the drought, 3 tanks of the village had dried up. A few holes had been dug at the bottom of the other tanks, but due to the big crowd, Amina might not have got even a little water. Notes, page number 92. In this scene, we see that the landlord has called for Ghafoor, but he does not reply obediently to the messenger as was expected by the landlord. Instead, his comments are based on logic. His bull Mahesh had broken loose from the tether and had done some harm to landlord's flowers and corn. It had hurt his youngest daughter also. Before all this, Ghafoor was forgiven many a times for encroachment by the bull because he was poor. This time also he would have been forgiven, but as he had said that he was nobody's slave, he is punished. In the next scene, we see that page number 92 is continues. Page number 92 is continued. Amina is fallen prostrate. The pitcher is tumbled over and Mahesh is lapping up the water as it was flowing on the earth. Notes, page number 93. At this sight, Ghafoor cannot control himself and in his fury he strikes the flowhead violently on the bent head of Mahesh, the bullock. Mahesh falls down and dies. Amina bursts out weeping. The body of Mahesh is carried away by the tenors. The neighbors inform Ghafoor that the landlord has sent for Tarak Ratna to ask for his advice regarding the penance for killing of a sacred animal. In the next scene, we see that in the dead of the night, Ghafoor is rousing his daughter to go to Fulbury jute mill. At the end of the story, we see that Ghafoor is all alone, with his daughter, and is leaving the village. This is the last page, page number 94. When he comes out of the yard and is near the acacia tree, he cries out loudly to Allah and implores him not to forgive the landlord for not giving grass and water to his bullock Mahesh. Then, along with his daughter, he sets out for the jute mill. This is the end of the story. Here the story ends. Though you will have multiple choice questions in your paper, but the exercises and the glossary is going to help you a lot in many ways. It will not only enable you to comprehend the chapters, but will also extend your English. Being good at English is an asset career-wise these days. However, for your convenience, I have prepared some questions for you. These are sample questions. You will find the answers in these notes. Question number 1. Name the first published story of Sharat Chandra Chatterjee. The second question is, name the village where Ghafoor lived. Third is, who was the village priest? The next question, number 4, what was the name of Ghafoor's bullock? And the last, number 5, is, from where did Ghafoor take out the straw to feed Mahesh? So these are only sample questions. As you read the text, you will come to know what type of questions are to be solved by you in the question paper. This is the end of our video. Take care and keep on studying.